Out of 2,700 samples approved, only 46 of those samples generated a single dollar. And that's just making a sale. I'm not seeing significant revenue. You can see this brand have done 40k GMV over the last couple of months. They've also done a little bit more than that because it doesn't include the shop tab and the product card. But there's a massive drop off here. And the same again with this brand. 2,700 samples approved, only 168 videos generated a single sale. They've made a little bit more, 56k GMV, but again, there's massive drop off. Now, imagine you didn't have your TikTok shop strategy dialed in. If you have inefficiencies, the drop off here between samples approved and sales generated is going to be even more massive. And you are never going to make any GMV. That is why in this video, I'm going to show you the 4 most important phases for launching a brand or new products on TikTok Shop. My name is Mark, the founder of Konsort Social. So we're a TikTok Shop agency, and that is all we do, TikTok Shop for e-commerce brands. And these same 4 phases have helped us generate over $50 million across the platform, launching brands like BoomBoom, True Classic, ColorWow, and MySmile. We've been a TikTok agency since before TikTok Shop even existed. We used to do a lot of paid social media buying, all specifically on TikTok, which means we've been riding the wave of TikTok Shop since day one. And we've worked with enough brands to know exactly what works. So if you're running an e-commerce brand and TikTok Shop has been on your radar, or maybe you've tried it and it just isn't working, then make sure you subscribe, because everything I'm about to share is the exact playbooks that we're using with our clients. So let's do it. We're going to jump in and talk through these 4 phases. Now, scaling on TikTok Shop doesn't have to be complicated, okay? There's a couple of key points you need to go through, and generally this will get you to 50, 60, 80k a month. Now, the first phase is setting up the seller center, which I know sounds straightforward, but you would be amazed at how many brands get this piece wrong. And here's the problem. If you start to scale and any of this is broken, if your shop store comes down, you get violations, delays, all of that time and money that you've invested into getting TikTok off the ground, you're back on zero. So what does proper setup actually mean? Well, you're gonna wanna ensure that everything is connected properly. So Shopify, if you're connecting from Shopify, like the integration is set up, you've got your images, optimize your listings with SEO. This is something that we don't see talked about that often, and it's kind of hard to track and measure, but use good principles of SEO, like use keywords, use some other search tools, and set your listings up from day one with SEO in mind. The most important one, make sure shipping and fulfillment is ready to go. So set everything up, put through several test orders, and check as well, not only that the order goes through, but that it gets shipped out and delivered on time. Extremely important. You want to protect your shop score. Like, violations will boot you, well, 1 out of the affiliate program, so you won't be able to send samples, you won't be able to message creators. Worst case scenario, you get kicked off of TikTok Shop. So protect your shop score at all times, and that is made up, or one of the key metrics is your shipping fulfillment. So late dispatch rate, making sure that the products are delivering on time, and you're not getting cancellations, refunds, returns. Let me stress this. If you start to scale and any of this is broken, all of the time, hard work, money that you've invested will be going to waste, which is why the first phase is please just take the time before you start jumping in and sending random samples and recruiting creators. Double, triple check that this is set up properly. I'm going to have some more videos on this channel of setting up your seller center. So again, subscribe if you're not sure on this. Keep coming back. There's going to be tons of content coming out of here over the next couple of weeks and months. Okay, so phase 2, creating content. This is what I call the content factory, because it's not about just making a couple of videos. You want to build a system, a conveyor belt that is just constantly pumping out content week after week. And I'll tell you right now, the minimum is 50 videos a week just going into GMV Max. Anything less than that, it is just not going to optimize properly, and honestly, that is the bare minimum. So we want to be building a factory line system, not just a few videos. It's all about recruiting affiliates, but honestly, it's onboarding them, posting, and getting them to repost. It's rebriefing them on learnings so that you can go and find those winners. Again, target minimum 50 videos a week into GMV Max. Now, people always think, like, okay, well, I need to make 50 videos, so I need 50 videos from affiliates. That is not true. It could be 30 videos from affiliates, 10 videos from AI, and 10 videos that you make yourself. Okay, so this doesn't just have to be affiliate content. You can get content from other places and other sources, It's just that you have to be getting volume. The other thing is, if you're running this yourself, use VAs and freelancers to handle outreach at scale. Again, in our programs and some of our done with you trainings, we give you all of those SOPs and those resources so that you can delegate all of this outreach. You want to be reaching out to thousands of creators a day to try and get your funnel full. But use VAs and freelancers. As a business owner or someone who's running marketing, you do not need to be doing that yourself. And this is kind of the important sense here. It's not just, oh, we want to make a couple of videos. You're trying to build a machine. So if you don't have that infrastructure, you're never going to get off the ground on TikTok Shop. You get live, your seller center is set up, your next immediate priority is building a system which is going to constantly pump out videos. Don't jump in and start trying to do like one-to-one manual DMs. You're wasting your time and you're not going to get anywhere. But phase 3 is where we start to make the money. This is the jackpot phase. Now I'm going to share something that we see across literally every single brand we've ever worked with on TikTok Shop. So I'm going to give you some secret sauce, so make sure you stay around for that. But the quick summary of this is the revenue skews heavily towards a handful of top videos. It's always the same pattern. A select number of videos bring in all the revenue. Same as you saw at the start of the video, you can go and send 2,500 samples and only 100 of them are even going to make a single dollar. Never mind the most of your revenue. Yeah, 2,000 videos, maybe 5 are going to bring in all the revenue. And what that means is you honestly only need 1 or 2 videos that hit to carry you to your first 5, 10k GMV and get that traction started. The momentum there is all you need, because once you get that first video that can get you 5, 10k GMV, that gives the other creators something to work with, to replicate, to lean in on, and the rest will start to snowball from there. You want to replicate winning videos from other brands as a shortcut. Okay, I want to show you 2 brands here. This is a brand called BoomBoom, which we currently manage, and then there's another brand called Neurogum, who we also know. And I want to just show you some of their top videos, okay? This one here. The hook is, I'll give you $1 million for the whole company right now, okay? Their top performing video in the last 30 days. We go to BoomBoom, their second top performing video in the last 30 days. Same Shark Tank, same hook. I'll give you $1 million for the company right now. Let's go to the last 180 days, okay? So BoomBoom's second best performing video. The hook, they said F no to $1 million. Let's go to Neurogum, last 180 days. The hook, they said F no to $30 million. 2 different brands, different products, and the creators are using the exact same scripts, the exact same copy. And then what you'll also notice is if we go back to BoomBoom, okay, the top performing video in the last 30 days is this one. My girlfriend's a nurse, wake up with this trigger, blah, 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 blah. It's made 115k. This same creator, look here, video number 4, remade the exact same video, he made 14k. Remade the exact same video, he made another 11k. Remade the exact same video, he made another 10k. Same video, made another 9k. Do not reinvent the wheel. It might feel like you're copying, it might feel like you're stealing, but it's that whole thing, great artists steal. There's an algorithm. The algorithm has proven, I like this video is going to go and make sales, and I'm going to go and push that out there. Do not go against the algorithm. Go and find other brands in your space who you know make good content and teach your affiliates to replicate winning content. I promise you that is the fastest path to getting off the ground on TikTok Shop. What we'll do, you can use this tool, is Kalo data. Take them through this exercise. The same thing that I literally just did right there with you, kind of showing you the different videos and the different hooks. Record a video showing your affiliates the exact same thing. Get them to understand that this is the game that you need to play on TikTok Shop, and I promise you, you're going to get to that revenue so much quicker. Because remember, if we go and send, several hundred samples, and all these creators are posting videos, the ones that are bringing in sales are the ones that are replicating winning content. Okay, there's maybe a couple of people out there who are just making net new videos and ideas who are able to tap in to great revenue, but the majority of people are just replicating success. And if your creators are not going to replicate success, you're not going to make any GMV in that first batch, you're going to waste all your money in samples, and you're never going to get TikTok off the ground, and you're going to come back to me and say, Mark, TikTok Shop doesn't work. But it does if you have the right process and strategy in place. So phase 3 is all just finding that winning video and offer combo. All you need is 1 or 2 videos, and it's going to come from replicating someone else's that gets pulled into GMV Max, and that will get you off the ground. Now, phase 4, momentum with ads. This is where we actually scale this thing. And honestly, this is where most people's minds get blown because it does work very differently from Meta. The ad type on TikTok Shop is called GMV Max, and how it works, it's kind of like a big cost cap campaign on Meta. You load it up, you give it a budget, you give it your target ROI, and then it is not going to spend unless it can hit that target. So really what you want to do is turn on GMV Max as quickly as you can, like get it set up early, and then the game becomes just start feeding this thing with content. Like feed it and feed it and feed it. What you'll typically find is that winning video from phase 3 is going to get picked up by GMV Max and start getting pushed with spend. But the GMV Max just won't spend until it finds that video. So phase 3 and phase 4 actually work together. They're not independent. You turn on your ads and then start churning out content until eventually one gets picked up and starts to spend. Creators can also turn on auto authorization, which basically just means like instant usage rights. And that is the beautiful part about TikTok Shop because it is all built into the platform. You know, creators just turn on auto authorization. As soon as they post, you can instantly run that as an ad. You don't even need to upload it. GMV Max will just automatically pull it for you, which means that you basically just have a mass supply of content flowing through automatic. And then once you find a winner, it is all about scaling the ads and extending the lifespan, remaking more, doubling down, finding that winning content. What you might find early on when you're launching on TikTok Shop is you might need to bring that target down. So say your break even is a 2.5 return on ad spend, and you actually really want to be running at a 3 so you can make a bit of profit. You might find at the beginning you have to drop that target ROI to 2.8, and then 2.7, and then 2.5, 2.4, 2, just to get the campaign to start spending, and then you can try and push the ROI back up. Because sometimes, if it doesn't have a lot of signal, it just isn't able to hit that target ROI and you won't really go anywhere. But growing on TikTok Shop doesn't need to be more complicated than this. You have to go through these 4 phases. Genuinely, this will get you to 50k a month if you can just replicate this. The hard part is building the infrastructure around this. It's the systems and the volume you have to do it at. So again, if you want help running your TikTok Shop, if you'd like us to do it for you, or you would like access to all of our SOPs and systems, we also have a program where we just show you all the infrastructure so that you can plug it in yourself. There's a link down in the description. Feel free to click that and we can have a chat.